Okay, today we're visiting France and Greece. We had just a few of each of them that we hadn't showed before. This one's a beautiful Greece one. Love this one. Very pretty. Nicely designed. An awful lot to it, huh? It's pretty. I love it. Alright, let me show you. Starting with France. We have a 1. And that's with this design. See the wings over, flapping over on the upper corners. It's the 1 cent. And they went to this one here with 2 angels instead of just the 1. 2 angels for 1. So aren't these cute? Both black and white, but yet very different and unique in their own way. And we go to a 2 cent right here. Very delicate looking, elegant looking. And then the 5 cents. Same design, just different colors. Okay, then we go into the 5 cents. And then going back to that same other design as the 5 cents, we get a 10 cents. And we moved up to a 25 cents. Alright, then here we have a 1F. Have a 50 horse rider. And a 15. And when we get into the Greece, well, we're with all the grapes. One of the newer stamps. And this one here, 1830 to 1930, 4 cents. And here we have a 25. Look at all the details of this one. Very elegant, very beautiful. A lot of details. It's a lot of checking out all the design. Beautiful. And of course the one we showed you at the very beginning that I think is just lovely. This, I believe, will be the rare one out of this collection. I don't know, maybe Francais has had a 1 or a 2 that was more valuable, but this one's the one I really like out of this group. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share the video with others who'll enjoy looking at history through the old postage stamps. Check out all the details. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, today we're visiting Brazil. Now these two may be the ones out of this batch that'd be considered rare. Very, very different. They look like a couple of rare ones, huh? Alright. If you notice the one on the right, it says 1917. And that one says... Oh, let me see. Let's look at this one real close. Oh, that's 1968. Okay, not as old as I thought. Alright, so let's start with this one. It says 1946. Plane coming in. Got an area view right there. Beautiful. And this one here, not as old as I thought. Alright, and this one here, the 1917. Very nice. You can tell with the dye of the ink. That's what makes it look so old. Alright, now this one is $1, 1.00. I'm pointing that out because this one's 2 with a dollar bill 000. And this one is 1 dot with 3 zeros. So see how they're pretty close. Just a little difference. Alright. And we get down to this one, 200. Purple. Then you have a few of these. These two are both the same, only the one seems to be darker orange than the other. Maybe in the printing, or maybe how it was stored. Don't know. And we have this one here, the same as the others, only these are 100. This one's a 200. And we have these, they're 100. Look at this one, a 20. Get to see a little bit there, huh? Nice. So these are both the same, only one's 20 and one's 100. One is more like an olive green. Kind of neat. Do you see the little log cabin down at the bottom of the left-hand side? Cool, huh? I love the little details. I always look at it and look at everything I can see about it. We have that one and this. These two are both the same. Oh, and then we have this one. Look at all the metals. A lot of metals there, a lot. That's 1958. 57. Okay, and that's 650. Okay, so probably our oldest is this one right here. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And as always, share with others. Bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting some of Argentina's old and rare postage stamps. These are a couple of really different ones. We're always used to seeing that one. But these other 2 5s, I think these are amongst the rare ones. Alright, but let's get to where we start right at the beginning to show you what we have. Here we have a 5, 1947 to 1951. Look at that. Pegasus going right over, look at that. Right over the train. Isn't that nice? It's a beautiful one. Look at all the extra design all the way around. Nice. Okay, and then of course the animal. Lions. 830. And this one here, you see it not as often as some of the other ones. 15 cents. And we have a 10-cent here. And here he is, another 10 cents. Official service here. And then a 5 cents. Now to get to the ones I showed you at the beginning, that I believe is considered the rare. Look at that. 5 cents. Very different. Look at the design all around them. It's a 1906. Falls under the rare ones. And then look at this one. 1826 to 1926. San Martin. And then this one here that we normally see quite often. Now this one here. Got two of them and they're both 5. They both kind of look the same, but yet they're different. Just wanted to make sure I pointed that out, that they look the same. It's a little difference, of course, in the size. Alright, now look at this one. This is the big 25 cents, where the man's looking at his farmland and the sun's coming up. And then you see it in the 5 and the little ones. See this 5 and that 5. But of course this one's a 25 cents. This one's a 5 cents and the 2 cents. I believe the 2 cents would be considered a rare one. Aren't these beautiful? Get the way the sun is coming right up and the glare of it right into the stamp. So see, just a little different. Came to 25 cents, they made it big. But when it was the 2 and 5 cents, it's small. Alright, I'll get a little bit closer so that you can really see the details of the stamp. For those of you who are collectors or dealers, need to get a good view of that. Alright, now these two. One's a 2 and one's a 5. I believe the 2 be considered rare. It's hard to find some of these old ones. Not something you come by every day. But if you find some of the old stamp collector albums, you're apt to find one if you're lucky. But here I got a 2 and a 5. Really cool. Okay, then we have this 5 here. A lot of design in this one to make the plate for this. That's what amazes me when I look at the old ones. I look at all the work that went into making the plate for it. Here we have a 5, 1930. And this one here, 50. Ah, this does not belong in Mexico. España. Okay, and we have one of the big ones here. And the one. Alright, so the two that I think are the interesting ones are these two right here. I think these might be the more valuable ones out of this collection. So I hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and as always, share with other stamp collectors or others who just want to look at some of the old stamps from different countries. Alright? Okay, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are bringing you some very interesting old Mexico postage stamps. Look at this one, a 20, shooting an arrow up in the sky. Isn't that interesting? All in orange. It's a 20. That's a nice one. Cool. Okay, and then here we have a 2, 1542 to 1942. And we have this little skinny one here. That's a 10. Commercial one. And here we have a 5 cent. Alright, cows coming over the mountain. Alright. And right here we have a 20 cent. Very interesting. This is where they start to get a little interesting here. It's a 20 cent. And look at this one. A racer for 25. And look at that. The funny thing is, look who's driving that. Doo-doo-doo. Kind of cool. Alright, now look at this 20 cent one. Very nice. Just think, they used to make the plates for this, so there's a lot of little details. You know, when you get into the little pieces like this, it's a lot of little details that have to go in that plate. It's not just take a picture. So that's what makes looking at some of the old and rare stamps very interesting, because there's a lot of details. Now look at this one. A 1 cent. Very nice. This was back in the days where they just cut them. It's like they had a sheet and they cut them. Here's your stamp. An interesting one. Got a few others here that are very interesting. I think some of these, like that one, may fall into the rare one. And here we have a 1 cent. Wasn't really sure whether it should go this way because it says 1 cent this way, or whether the stamp goes this way because I can't really make out what it really is. Almost look like space orbit type stuff. Not sure. But I'm going to assume that it's meant to go this way, where the 1 cent is this way. So if you know, go ahead, leave it in a comment. Let's figure out which way it's supposed to go and what it really is. I haven't a clue. And look at this 10 cent one. Oh, this one's really, really different. I haven't seen this one before. So I believe this one may fall in the category of being a rare stamp. Rare to me because I don't see it. It's not something you see all the time when you go through some of the old books. Now look at this one. A 1 cent in orange. Very interesting, isn't it? A little hard to see because it's orange, you know, the details of it. But a very unique looking stamp. And a little bit closer here. Well, I didn't help to see what the words were. And look at this one. A 2-cent. So that one there I think is a rare. This one I really feel is a rare too. Very nice, beautiful green. A lot of design in it. Very nice stamp. Look how the dress is and everything. Very pretty stamp. Okay, I think that was it for that row, yeah? Alright, and the 15 cents of the mailman. That one you see every now and then. And then this one here, 12 cents. Look at that, with all the stars and everything. Alright. So I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means share the video with others who enjoy looking at the old stamps or who are stamp collectors or stamp dealers. It's always nice to share. Alright. That's our visit to Mexico. Bye-bye. Okay, today we're visiting Belgium. Belgium, whichever way you want to call it. They're called Belgium on the stamps, especially for these nice old ones and stuff. We got some from the early 1900s in here too. Alright, let's start at the very beginning. Look at this 1 cent one. Isn't that nice? Now this one here is a little slimmer. They're both 1 cent. Just a little bit different. The one on the left is a lot wider. I put them real close to each other, a little bit closer. There you go. Look at the difference. Of course, this first one here is a lot better centered than what the other one is. But these are both 1 cent. And here we go, this one here. Also a 1. And this one looks really super old. I mean, the paper looks really old. It looks old, but sometimes it's, you know, depends on how they were kept. It's a 3C. And we have this one, a 5. Kind of neat. Shows up really pretty with the green. Look at the details, you know, on the top right here and everything. Adds to the beauty of the design of the stamp. And this one here, you can't see him very good because he's stamped with 1925. So he's a 5 cents. Okay, and here we have a 10 cents. Look at all the fancy design all the way around his portrait. Very pretty. Okay, then we get to these that we see quite often. A lot of them. There's a 50. And we have a 50 this way. So these are where it comes in different. See the block pattern. I believe those are the older ones. Okay, then we have a 25. A 10. 5. And back to the block pattern of a 2. And a 1F. I think this one is a nice old one. Block patterns are the older ones. Okay, now look at this. We have a 1 at 1.75. A 10. They're really kind of the same, but looks so much better in the green, huh? Colorful. A 25. A 60. And we get into different ones here. 1947. It's got another date there too, but can't really see it. Post office took care of it, so we got the 1947 on this side here that we can clearly see. So it's a bicentennial. And another one of the 175. Just different. Okay. And we have a 10 cents. Riding the horse. A whole bunch of them getting on there. With this ship underneath in the water. Reminds you of the cow that jumped over the moon. Well, this is a horse that's jumping over the water. Over the ship. Alright, now here we have 2 of them. They're both the same. Just one looks like the paper's been through more. Very nice ship though. See this one here, you don't see the details of the ship as well because it's more used. This one you can see really nice. 1846 to 1946. Alright, and then this one here, 5 cents. And we have a 10 and a 25. See, it says 1935 on that one. So that gives you an idea of the year of these type of postage stamps. And this one here says 1930. Stamped by the post office, 1930, and the stamp also says 1930. That's a 60 cents. Let me see if I can just zoom them down a little bit so you get to see all of them. There you go. And look at this one. And he has 1952. Up there, 1476 to 1541. And then this one here, a 35. Alright, so out of them all, I'm almost thinking that, let's see, this one right here is probably the oldest out of them all. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these beautiful stamps to you. All different designs. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share the video with other stamp collectors. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are visiting a few of the states this time. We're going to Cuba and Bolivia. Alright, so let's start with someone right here. That's a 12 cents. Wow, look at all the details in that. Kind of cool, isn't it? And here we have the 1 cent. Very serious looking fella. 1853 to 1895, 1 cent. Here we have another 1 cent. And another 1 cent. They really like that 1 cent. Look at that. In green. See a lot of them, you know, picking the fields up. But this is a beautiful 1 cent one. Nice and old. And here we are with another nice old one. The 1 cent right there. Look at that. Really cool. And here's another one. A 1 cent. Look at that. I like it. I mean, I know I say look at that a lot because it's like, woo. I'm looking at all the details, you know. I'm not just looking at the focus point. I'm looking all like behind the scene. So I find that really interesting. You know, it's like watching a movie instead of watching just the front, the characters. Look at the background. Look at the wallpaper. Look at the furniture. All those, that's all details. And here we have a 1/2 cent Victoria Cuba stamp. Well, that'd be considered one of the rare ones there. For sure. Alright, now we move on to another country. Bolivia. 0.10. Different how they put their stamp together, huh? Got yourself an envelope, a blowhorn. Very different. And here's a 10. 1935 to 1945, 10 years. And move right up to 10 cents. And here's a 20 cents. 1943. Now this one looks like it may be a rare one. It's a 5 cent one. Look at that. Alright, if you know the year of this one, go ahead, leave it in a comment. I think this might be one of their rare ones. We know for Cuba, the 1/2 cent Victoria one is probably their rarest. Alright, and then we have a 2. 1841 to 1941. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more of whatever we find. Be sure to share with others now. Alright? Bye-bye now. Alright, today we're visiting some of the old Germany stamps. Okay, starting with this one here. Beautiful 10. Look at all the design in it, huh? Nice. A lot to look at when you're looking at it. All the little details. Alright, then we have a 40. Nice. And here we have a 3. Now this guy happens to come in all kinds of colors, which is really kind of cool. Here he is in brown. Come across some of them, but not such a variety of colors. But I'm finding them all kinds of colors now. That's a 3. And this one here, look at that. Nice 5. I don't know, when you see it in green, you seem to be able to see more details as to, you know, what he's got on his head, to his costume, or clothing, I should say. Isn't that nice? Okay, and then in 10 in red. Don't see it as good as you do the green, do you? Green is so much prettier. Between the 3 of them, the green really shows up. Allows you to see more details. But here is the 10. Okay, and then we have purple. A 20 in purple. You get to see a little bit more on this one here. Of, see the extra little shield stuff. A little more details. Of course, a lot of that depends on where the post office decided to stamp it, you know, because it hides a lot. But on the purple, you could really see that. Didn't see it so much on the green because of the stamping, postal stamping. Alright, and here we have a 50 ship. Big 5. Always like those that are ships and trains. I don't know why. Alright, this is just a 6. You see quite a few of these. It's a 6, and a 5, and a 4. Look like rugs that belong on the floor. Alright, now here we have a 40. Very nice. And look at this one, a 1 mark. Beautiful dove. Set me free. The chains that bind you. Okay, then here we have a couple of 1s. They're both the same. And we have a 4. A 5. A 10. A 20. A 50. I'm going to go down here. And we have an 8. Pretty much a family there. This was, looks like an 84 crossed out for a 70. Very different. A lot of little details in this one. Nice. And here we have a 20. 24. And these that you see quite often. 5. And another 5. And a 1. Alright, so the ones I think there might be of higher interest might be these right here. Especially this one right here. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and as always, share with others. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting Iran, checking out some of their old vintage postage stamps. Now these had to go through a double printing, one for the color, and then the other for the picture in the center. Some of the pictures are red, some of the pictures are green, for all the different colors. But when you have a difference of that color, they have to go through the printing twice. And that's where some become valuable, because sometimes when they go through the second printing to add the picture inside, sometimes they come out upside down and they end up in the circulation. So those, of course, are the valuable one, but I don't happen to have them. So anyhow, I have this one. Very pretty, 5D. A lot of elegance, you know, around not only what he's wearing, but all the way around. And then to see a little bit of some of the architectural building of the land. Very nice. And this is a 5D. Here we have a D10. Beautiful blue. Look at all the extra design around it. And again, showing you a picture of the land. Just to give you a little idea what it looks like. A lot of details in this stamp. Beautiful stamps. Okay, and here we have a 1/50. Now, if you notice, the picture in this one is red and white. Pretty much showing you a downtown area, business area. Very nice. A lot to see when you look at this one. Okay, now this one's a blue, D25. The picture in the center showing us a little bit of what the area looks like is in blue, which is really cool. Added brown with blue. Very nice. The stamp's in really nice condition. Beautiful. And this one here, green, D50 with a blue picture. Look at the architect of the building. Beautiful. A lot of work went into that. You know, back in the old days, they didn't have all the machinery. And details were very important. Showed you cared about what you had. Very nice. Alright, and here we have another one, a 1R. Cool. And we have a couple of little different ones here. Decided with a different design. Look at that, a 5D. Totally different. And here's another 5D. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more of the good old vintage and rare stamps as we travel from country to country. So be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share with others. Bye-bye now.